Hey, this week I am broadcasting to you from a sunflower field. My wife wanted this for her background when she's doing conferences and things, video calls, conference calls, all that stuff for work. She didn't like just the sort of random basement kind of background. She likes sunflowers, so this whole sunflower field. But anyway, so this lesson here, I thought we could do a little bit of ukulele jazz. So we're going to do Fly Me to the Moon, which was made very popular by Frank Sinatra, and it's a nice jazz kind of a song. A lot of like rock songs, pop songs have 3 or 4 or 5 different chords. This actually has like a bunch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. Not sure. I'm just looking at it like really quick. But anyway, so first let's run through some of the chords that are in the song. Okay, so we have A minor, which, and I'll go through all the chords really quick. I'm sure that you know most of them. So it's 2, 0, 0, 0. D minor, 2, 2, 1, 0. G7, 0, 2, 1, 2. C major 7, 0, 0, 0, 2. And then C7, 0, 0, 0, 1. F, 2, 0, 1, 0. What else? E minor 7. So 0, 2, 0, 2. That's a nice sounding chord. A minor 7, which I don't know if we've done that before, but it is the easiest chord of all ukulele land. Ready? That's it. 0, 0, 0, 0. A minor 7. A7 in the song also, 0, 1, 0, 0. G7, A minor 7, C major 7, E7. So it's like the E minor 7, but then you add your first finger on that string here. So 1, 2, 0, 2. And is that it? Oh, and at the very end, a C. 0, 0, 0, 3. Okay, so the song is, at least the original Frank Sinatra. I totally blanked out. It's been a long weekend. The original Frank Sinatra studio version is 3 verses. So verse 1, then verse 2, then a little instrumental section, and then the 3rd verse. And the 3rd verse at the end has like the last line repeated a couple times, just sort of as a finish, as a closing. So the original Frank Sinatra studio version, or at least the version that I was listening to, starts with just him singing. But because of what he's singing, the notes he's singing, there are chords that are implied. So what that means is, because of the notes he's singing, there are chords that would go along with those notes that he's singing. So sort of implied, meaning there's really no other chords that it could be. So they just sort of like, it has to be that chord. So anyway, it starts off with A minor. Okay, and that's 4 beats. Then D minor, G7. Now C major 7, 2 beats. And then C7, 2 beats. Okay, so that's sort of the first line. So A minor, D minor, G7, C major 7, C7. Okay, so okay, then the next line is F, D minor, E minor 7, A minor 7 for 2 beats, A7 for 2 beats, and that's the second line. Then the third line, the one that starts, in other words, so D minor, G7, E minor 7, 4 beats, A minor 7, 4 beats, D minor, again 4 beats, G7, C major 7, and then the E7. Then the next verse. Okay, so the next verse is the same. I just was double checking. I thought it was. Okay, so starts with the A minor. So I'll play along, and you can now feel free to play along. Pretty simple. Okay. Then we have that little middle section. Okay. And I came up with a cool little ukulele thing that we can do. So, you know, like a little chord melody. Then what did I have? Okay, so we'll go through all that right now. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to refresh myself on it and be right back. Okay, so I just refreshed everything on that little middle section because I just kind of wrote it out. Actually typed it out this time. But anyway, so we start with the A minor 7. So it's the same chords as the verse. Okay, we're just going to add, instead of, the vocals, we're going to add the vocals with the ukulele. So now we have okay, so the little, vocally. Okay, is in with the chords. Okay, so we have the A minor, and what we're going to do is play it 2, 0, 0, 3, because that's the vocal melody. Then drop that note down to a 2 from the 3. 2, 0. Then the 3rd fret on the E string. Then the D minor. Okay, so I'm actually playing like a D minor 7 because I think that instead of that sounds kind of nice. Why not change it up a little bit for the little instrumental section? The melody's still the same, so just basically instead of a D minor chord, we're playing a D minor 7 chord. No big deal. And then the 3rd fret on the E string, the open A string, 3rd fret. So that second little bit, the D minor part. Then the G7, open string there. Then the C major 7. But we're not playing that top note because the melody is going, and we don't want the melody to go. If I go with that full C major 7. Okay, so we're just doing, and what I like to do is, if I hold my finger on that last string, I can now go. And that string doesn't come out. Okay, then the C7, because I think that sounds nice there too. Then the F major, then the F major. 3rd fret on the E string. 1st fret, 0. Now for the D minor, just playing those 2 strings, just these 2. So 0 on the E string, 1st fret on the E string, 0 on the A string. So then the E7, playing it kind of a little bit weird, 4, 2, 4. Okay, because again, to keep the melody going, 1st fret on the E string, open E, 2nd fret on the C string, and then the A minor 7, because the melody now is going all the way to that low note there. We're just going to do the A minor 7 that way. Just those 2 instead of the whole thing, because then we end up with a top note that throws the melody off a bit. So and then the A7 there, just to go along with how we did the C major 7 and then the C7 at the end of the first line. It just keeps everything nice and even with like a nice pattern happening. So the D minor, I'm going to play just that note there, then the chord, then that top note. Okay, and again, that's just following the melody. Okay, so the G7 for the next part. 0, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, and then is the melody. Da, da, da. So then what is it? The E minor 7. It's nice, kind of right there. 3rd fret for the melody. So 2, 0, 3. E minor 7. A7. Yeah. Then the D minor for the next. And that ends up being sort of like a D minor 7, 2 and the 0. Looking at this now, I took quite a few liberties with this middle section. But I think it sounds really nice, so. So D minor 7 there, the 2 and the 0, then the full D minor 7, then the G7, then for the C major 7, so 0, 0, 1, then the 0 there, which would be sort of that C major 7 without the top note again. And then, just because that sounds nice. So that's really a G7 to the E7, which really could almost be like an E minor 7-ish. I'm calling it an E7 because in the song other instruments are playing other notes at that point that really makes it that E7. Although you could play that too. So that's the note that really makes it an E7. But whatever. Again, it's implied with other instruments playing stuff. So that's that middle section. So, pretty nice. I don't think I've ever played it all the way through, so I will try it. Oops. You can play that a couple times because it sort of hangs for a full measure. I messed that up a little bit. And I kind of messed up that last line, but oh well. You get the idea. Listen to the song, play along, do all that bits and all that stuff. Excuse me. Okay, then we have the 3rd verse, the last verse. So after that little instrumental part, we're back to that. And it is the same. So actually when we get to that ending bit, the part, so it's, you know, what are the lyrics to it? For the last verse. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. Then in other words, it's slightly different. It starts with the D minor again, same. In other words, G7, same. Please be. Now it's a C major 7. To an A7. So hopefully that makes sense. The last verse, the in other words, please be true. And then back to the D minor, in other words, in other words. And then the last line, the last couple words, I love you, is just a C. And that's the end of the song. Ta-da. So, isn't that easy? So, Fly Me to the Moon, Frank Sinatra. So you play first verse, second verse, then that little instrumental part. And then the third verse with a slightly different ending. So, I will obviously, like I always do, have that all, or at least I always try to, have it all typed out and everything. And that's about it. So that should be good for your next lesson. A little interesting kind of jazz. It's pretty much like a jazz standard. Everybody knows it. So, there you go. And that's it.